any of you. I was just, greeting and welcoming her on this platform, and she's saying it's a pleasure being here. I noticed you were tapping your feet. How much is Mayway an icon in the Ivory Coast?
He is the icon.
The icon?
Yes, as far as the Ivorian music goes, Mayway is the icon. I mean, other singers are also there, but he's the one we believe represented Côte d'Ivoire the best outside of Côte d'Ivoire. I mean, you have Alpha Blondy as well, but Mayway is Mayway. We all grew up in Mayway. There's no Ivorian who doesn't know Mayway. We love Mayway. We still play Mayway's music at any party till today. Mayway is Mayway. It's the Mayway.
It was shaking you,
yes.
causing you to
Anywhere,
take hold of those steps.
Anytime.
But it's a pleasure having you,
Thank you very much.
on this network. And let me start from here. What brings you to Ghana?
I've been living in Ghana for now, 10 years, with my family. We've been here since the whole crisis. I mean, we used to come to Ghana on vacation and go and, come and go. But since the whole crisis started, we moved here to Ghana, a lot of my family members and I, to find, I would say refuge, a place to stay, offer a stable environment for the children and things like that. So we've been here. We've been here for a while.
Right. So 2010, 2011, when that entire incident happened, your father went on to move to Belgium.
Right.
You came here with some family members.
Yes.
And you've been here ever since.
Yes, we've been here since April 2011. Yes, we've been here.
Wow. What has the experience been like?
It's been something worth remembering, something worth drawing lessons from. We are a Christian family, so we believe in all things that whatever happens to you, there's a reason behind, there's a wisdom behind. But there was definitely trauma, there was definitely, coming together, building from, anything that happened. And like I said, drawing lessons, lots of lessons, right? And it's been challenging. It's been challenging, but we've survived. We've survived it. We grew stronger. We are happy, It couldn't break us. We didn't lose anything as far as character goes or anything like that. If anything else, we became stronger from it. So, it's been something.
Diplomatically, were you received officially? Did you seek refuge officially, or did you just move here into Ghana and find a quiet spot to mind your business?
Yeah, basically that's what we chose to do. Okay, we did inform the Ghanaian government that we're here. Okay, but we decided that it was best to remain discreet. Let's just say it like that, mind our own business, as you said. And we chose a very quiet life instead of, being exposed to, anything that it could involve, any process or anything that it could involve. So we've been here, working, taking the kids to school, coming back, going to church, coming back, just doing our own thing, yeah.
Right. So we were joking right before coming on air about my French and all of that. But
yes.
For you, when it comes to English, did you pick it up here?
No. My sister, my twin, and I, we studied in America. I studied in Atlanta. She studied in Chicago. Right. So we learned English there. Yeah. So by the time we got to Ghana, we were fine.
You were good to go.
Other members of our family did learn. They had to take classes and things like that. But for me and my twin, we were cool.
Okay. So Did you come here with your twin?
Yes. I came with my twin. My older sister was also a twin, then another sister, and then the oldest of the girls. But now she's moved to Cameroon because her husband is Cameroonian, so they decided to go and settle there. So we are, I think, 5 here, plus family. My brother-in-law is here with me. My sister's husband. And yes, we're here.
So your twin is, you are Marie-Patrice and she's Laurence?
She's
Marie-Laurence. Marie-Laurence.
Oui.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that all of this has happened, let me jump the gun a bit. Now that all of this has happened, are you looking forward to going back to the Ivory Coast?
Obviously.
You together with the other members of your family?
Yes. Home is home.
Right.
Yes. Though we have found Ghana to be our second home now, but home is definitely home. We don't know when we'll go back, but by God's grace we will go and rebuild. When we get there.
Right.
Definitely.
So let's go back to your infancy and growing up and all of that. Did you grow up with your father? What was the experience like?
We actually met Dad when we were 7 years old, because by the time we were born, He was already deeply involved in all these politics activity that he had. He was already living for the cause. And so at that time, he had been sent in exile a little time after we were born. He was there when we were born, but a short while after, he was sent in exile in France, and he stayed there till 1988. So by the time he got back home, that's where we actually really met our father. He was 7 years old at that time. But we
experiencing him for the
yes,
first time at 7 years.
Yes.
What was it like?
Honestly,
how did you come to know the man, Laurent Gbagbo?
It was fun because we had seen photos, we had watched videos, we talk about him all the time. So we just met him, and he just came and filled that hole. It's like a puzzle piece that just came, and then bam, it's just all together. And he's a very fun person to hang out with. He's cool, cracks jokes all the time. He's very free in his mind, so free in anything that he does. He's a very strong political leader. He has things to say, and he will say them, but he also has a way to express himself that makes everybody accept it, because he would crack jokes. He would use parables, he would use proverbs, crack jokes from the village, and make himself understood by everybody, So, for example, when I was because he has his master's in history. So anytime I would fail at my history classes, I would just come and say, please tell me about the Korean War and the Vietnamese War, or tell me about this, or tell me about Churchill. So he would explain it to you in a way that he will make you understand. So he was cool to hang out with. We had a very good childhood. Yeah, it was fun. Politics would come to the house, but in a way that was broken down, so that it was never too heavy or too, serious.
It didn't suffocate you.
Yes. We had people coming home all the time for meetings and things, and we would bring the trays with drinks, and things like that. And it was just that. It was a family thing.
Was that experience, did it ever make you think you wanted to go into politics yourself, or any of your family members?
No, I will not go into politics. No, thank you. But my twin sister is a strong advocate for the same causes. My older brother is already into politics, has entered politics already. So yes, it's something that we live with, on a daily basis.
Is he also here with you?
No. My older brother is in Côte d'Ivoire.
He's still in the Ivory
Yes,
Coast.
he's still in Côte d'Ivoire.
Is he already into politics?
Yes.
Actually,
Actually, he has been elected in the past parliament elections as an MP for one of the major cities in Abidjan, Yopougon. So yes. Yeah, so we are in politics, we're involved in it, yes.
What would you say your time as a first family was like? And there are 7 of you.
Yes, we are
and
7.
You are the very last one.
Yes, we are the last ones, my twin and I, yeah.
Yes. Generally for the family.
Yes.
What was it like as a first family?
You see, in our family, we've always chosen to stay at the back, not to be too exposed, not to be in the front too much. Always remember that you have to be discreet in what you do. Always remember that you shouldn't, cause any scandal for the family. Always remember that, family first, the unity first, and then the stability of the family first. So anything that we could do to support that mom and dad, we will do it. But we always make sure also to, how can I say that, to not be out there, okay, not be out there. So it was, growing up in a family like this, you are all for the cause. We watched Dad and what he fought for before becoming the first family. It's something that we lived with since we were kids. Dad came from a very poor background, and what he wanted was for all Ivorians to have that platform where they can all thrive. Anybody can make it. Everybody should have access to that. So he was fighting for strong institutions, for the constitution to be upheld. So everybody was, joining in the same fight. Anything that we could do at our level, we tried to do, but it wasn't really on the forefront. We supported the cause. We stayed there, supported at all times. And then, even though it was challenging at times and difficult at times, but because we knew what was at stake, anything that came, we accepted, and then we did everything to support. You see, our family was into this kind of life before that becoming a president. So it wasn't something that was really changing in our lives. Yeah.
Well, in case you just joined us, we're having a conversation this morning with Marie-Patrice Gbagbo. And you may have guessed, yes, she is the daughter of Laurent Gbagbo, who recently was acquitted by the International Criminal Court in The Hague. And of course, it's a rare opportunity to speak with her. So you can also shoot us what your thoughts are via the hashtag JoySMS. We're talking about the family, the experience. They've been in Ghana for the past 10 years. But I want you to take time to do this because a lot has been said about Kudu Laurent Gbagbo.
I like how you pronounce his name because you pronounce it well. Pronunciation, articulation, I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the person he represents, the person you know, may be very different from what picture has been painted for the rest of the world, for the rest of Africa, over the last few years, over the last decade. Whom would you say he is?
Okay.
What did he stand for?
Gbagbo Laurent is a man of peace. He's a man of peace. He's a man of, he has a vision for Africa. And I think the vision that he has even transcends the one of Côte d'Ivoire. He has a vision for Africa. He has a vision for the black man. He said one day that what he wants is for people to acknowledge that when the black man passes, a man has passed. We are not lesser than anybody else. We shouldn't accept the fact that other races are telling us that we are lesser than anybody else. So what he wants, when he's using the institutions and the laws, when he's fighting for the rights of the Ivorian man, is to be able to lead the whole world to say that when an Ivorian man is passing or a black man is passing, a man has passed. The dignity of mankind, the dignity of the black man, the dignity of the African man, that's what he fought for. That's what he fought for. Obviously, when you undertake fights like this, you are going to be confronted to opposition, but it's part of the journey. So as you get into that kind of journey, you already know that you're going to face oppositions. So when oppositions do come, it is not something that can break you. It's not something that you complain about because it's part of the process, and he accepted that, and we did accept that. Even today, the last time I was in Hague, before he actually got released, and I went to meet him, and he said, people come here and they cry. I don't understand why they are crying. This is part of the journey. This is another phase. It's not the first time I go to jail. It's not the first. So this is just the cause. We are fighting for the cause. Right. We are fighting for the cause. He was a man, he wanted to reconcile people, and because of that, he went around the world trying to defend the position of Côte d'Ivoire, trying to ratify any of the different parties. We had different agreements. One was even held in Accra, the agreement of Accra, one in Pretoria. He did all of that. Why? Because even though that opposition had come, what was at stake was the peace and stability of Côte d'Ivoire, and he was really ready to go the extra mile to make sure that peace came back. So that's how we know him.
So your father in the 70s and 90s, experiencing some imprisonment, in the 80s being, persecuted, so to speak, because of his active unionism and all of that. So, like you said, he's not new to this.
No.
He's known this for a while.
Yes.
And like I said, in the last few years, he's been in Belgium. But how shocking, how shattering was it when your father was accused of all these things together with others serving during his term, human rights issues,
yes.
rape, murder, and all of that. How did the family receive it?
It's true that we were used to things like that. like you said, he wasn't the first time that he was accused, condemned, thrown in jail and everything. But this time, the scale was so grand. In the beginning, we didn't even take it seriously to the point till the stage where we realized that, decrees, decisions were made about it. That's when we really took it in. How can people think that of Dad? How can they say that of Dad? Even when he was arrested, how can they arrest him? All he wanted was, to just make sure that we could all come to a table, everybody could come to a table and just figure out how to move forward. So it was shocking. It was, like I said, a bit traumatizing. But because we believe, and I'll say it again, because we knew what he was standing for, because we knew where he was trying to go, we just accepted once again that he was part of the journey. So, when it's like that, it's the family. So you just make sure that he doesn't have to worry about you. He doesn't have to worry about the grandchildren. So you find a way to organize yourself so that, the parents don't have to worry. That's kind of the angle that we took. Because we know that he's already in it, and he knows why he's in it. Mom knows why she's in it. And so they'll do their parts. We too, we have to do our parts, Yeah, that's kind of how we've been living it.
Let's talk about your fears, reality around 2010 when all of this was going on. The elections had been held and it was said that he had lost and he was trying to win at all costs. So two things. When he was rounded up from that bunker by the military and all of that, I saw pictures where, for example, he was with Simone, his wife, and the look on his face was that of a broken man. His wife, Simone, was cowering, and it was one of fear. Was there that fear among the family that, first of all, maybe he could be killed, could be executed? And when he was not executed and was put on trial, first in the Ivory Coast and then at the ICC, was there the fear that maybe you wouldn't see Papa again because he might go to jail?
There was that fear, definitely. We are a family, it's our father, okay? So there was that fear, definitely. But let me tell you something. Dad would fear, but not for his life. He would fear for the country. He would fear for, okay, so if right now they stop me in what I'm trying to do, what will happen to the nation? You know what I mean? He would fear for his family. Once I'm taken, will they be safe? Fears like that. As the children, yes, we did fear that he might be killed, when they were taken and sent to jail, because what happened was that they were sent in different places in Côte d'Ivoire, and it wasn't too easy to find out about their whereabouts or how they were doing. So there was that fear. But like I said, we are a strong Christian family, and we believe in God's process. Let me just say it like that. We believe in God's process, and we have been praying, and we had been praying before, and we have been praying ever since. And we also believe that he was going to be fine, and anything that will happen would be God's will. So, when we realized that he hadn't been killed either in Abidjan or in Korogo or even at The Hague, we believed that, okay, we are entering a new phase. Let's just gear up for the new phase, because we didn't know how long it would take, what will happen then. But the fear for safety lasted for not too long. After that, he was just looking forward to what would happen to him when it's there, how long that process can take. Will he come back from there? Would he ever return? And things like that. But even there, the platform that was given him, he used it to once again, spread his message about rights for, the African people, and rights for, the Ivory Coast, the respect of the law, respect of the Constitution. So to him, it was really yet another opportunity, to just continue the fight. And we kind of go that way. So we did fear, but not for too long.
Just to clarify, so after what happened and your father being ousted from power, so to speak, before elections were held, did you come to Ghana while your father was still in the Ivory Coast? What happened? What was the situation?
So immediately, when he was arrested and all of that, the situation that you were describing earlier, initially we didn't think that the family would be in any danger. We didn't think of leaving Côte d'Ivoire. But when arrests started to being made, and the situation was very hectic, very chaotic, so immediately we felt like maybe for the children's safety and stability, it would be best to come out of Côte d'Ivoire and stay not too far, because we felt like, would go back, maybe after a week or after a month. Just once things have settled, we can just go back.
It turned out to be 10 years.
It turned out to be 10 years. Tell me about it. So we came to Ghana, and let me use this platform and this opportunity to really thank the Ghanaian people, because we came in a very, very chaotic time for us. But because of the welcome of the Ghanaian nation, we really felt ourselves like at home. We felt at home. We were able to adapt and make a new life here. And so this is an opportunity for us to be able to thank the Ghanaian population for welcoming us. And not just us, a lot of Ivorian came in that same wave, and we found a new home. So this is an opportunity for us to also express our gratitude to the Ghanaian people. This is very important, very important.
Well, it's quite a conversation we're having, quite a revelation, and it's exclusive to Joy 99.7 FM. We're interacting with Marie-Patrice Gbagbo, and we'll come back after this break to talk more into the personality of her father and what to expect now moving forward as far as the family is concerned. Do stay with us. We'll be right back on this network. Let's come back now into the studio where we still have Marie-Patrice Gbagbo, who's been enjoying the music as well. But let's come back to the Ivory Coast situation. The Ivory Coast of today, as you see it, compared to what it was some 11, 10 years ago. What do you see now?
I've been away for a good while, so I don't necessarily believe that my opinion or my intake on what is happening in Cote d'Ivoire can be...
But I'm sure you have tabs on the country.
Yes.
You have relations who tell you what is happening, what the reality is, how they feel, what the economy is. What can you say about the Ivory Coast of today?
I believe I can say that, when a war or, crisis of that sort starts, we know when they begin, but you might not be able to know when they would end, So definitely, Ivory Coast is not where it used to be, but we believe in a better future. We believe that, a lot can be done to improve our conditions. And the main important thing is for the people to be reconciled. That the crisis that we had was a civil war. It was something that had come to create oppositions within the nation, within the people. And we believe that we have to bring the people together if we want to see a prosperous Cote d'Ivoire again. It's a process that has been started. We believe that it's not yet achieved, and we believe that that return will help in that process.
Okay,
Let's
so
just
you
say it like that.
It isn't what it used to be,
Yes.
and you're looking forward to the return to a more prosperous Ivory Coast.
Prosperous.
So you feel it was better then, maybe specifically under your father's
Not
tenure?
necessarily, but what I want to say, and that I insist on that point, is that when a war starts, obviously a lot of things are lost in the process, and it's not just the economy, it's the stability, the peace, the peace in the hearts of the population. Like I said, whatever happened in Cote d'Ivoire, that crisis created lots of conflicts, and not just political conflicts, not just economical conflicts, but also, and this is to me what is the most important, the conflicts between Ivorians themselves. To me, this is, once we reach that place where Ivorians are now free to talk to each other without having those kind of thoughts in the background, the trust with one another, I believe that we would be at a place where stability would completely return, and peace and joy will completely return. Once we are there, everything else will definitely follow. That's what I can say about it.
I know you would want to avoid a lot of the politics currently, so I wouldn't send you too far in that direction. But Alassane Ouattara, the current president, has thrown an invitation to your father, Laurent Gbagbo, that he can come back to the Ivory Coast.
Yes.
Is your father going to seize the opportunity and leave Belgium and go back to the Ivory Coast?
Okay, so what I can say is that Cote d'Ivoire is Dad's hometown. I mean, this is his country. It's his homeland. And the invitation has been extended to him to return, but I believe he would have returned anyway, because he's been away for so long. He's been away.
But if he had earlier, I mean, there were charges around him. Even currently, there are a few more things that remain to be dealt with. Though the ICC has given this ruling, there are still a few things to be dealt with. And he could be apprehended if he went back to the Ivory Coast.
Yes, but I believe that in spite of the threat of being apprehended, he would still return. That's what I believe. I believe that Dad doesn't want to stay away from his country any longer than that. You know, when he was president, before he was president, he was a man who didn't travel outside of the country for vacation. He's a man of his country. He lives in his country. Everything is Côte d'Ivoire for that. So being away for so long, he's already a punishment. It's already very, very, very painful to him. So any opportunity he would get to come back home, he will take it. He will seize it, definitely. Obviously, things would have to be taken care of, like you said, dealt with. But I believe that if he has been able to endure everything that he went through, dealing with those things is still something that he will be willing to do.
So given the right assurances, Laurent Gbagbo would be back.
Yes, he would come home, definitely.
Do you think he would want to contest the presidency again? There are those in his party. In the last election, there were people talking about having him even stand sort of in absentia. Of course, that was overruled. But do you feel he would want to go at it again to serve his people?
I believe that it's too early to tell. What is the major thing to remember or to retain from all of this is that he had been painted as a dictator. He had been painted as a man of violence, you know, somebody who was not, he was against more or less the prosperity of his country, or he was very focused on what he wanted to attain as objectives, as a violent person, a man who could kill. And through the whole process at the ICC, he's been vindicated. So he's coming out in the proper manner. He's coming out justified, you know. It's a message that speaks volume to the entire African continent, not just for Côte d'Ivoire. So yes, he would want to come back, but it's too early to tell if he would want to get back into politics as at least as heavily or as deeply as he was involved. What I know for sure is that he would want to be part of the process of reconciliation for the country. It would be anything that he could do to reunite the country, to bring back that stability and that peace for his followers, for any other citizen of Côte d'Ivoire, for anybody living on the Ivorian territory, he would be willing to do. Now, does it necessarily involve politics? I don't know. But I know that knowing him, anything that he can do for Côte d'Ivoire to be back again or to be reunited again, he will definitely do it. But I think politics is too early to tell. Let's have him come home. What we want as far as his family is concerned is first for him to come home. He's been away from home. His mother passed away. He couldn't bury his mom.
When last did you see him?
When last did I see him? Last year in 2020.
Last year?
Yes, 2020.
So you've always had to go see him in Belgium?
No, 2019. 2019.
You have to go to him?
Yes, we have to go to him. Because while he was waiting for the appeal, trial to come on, he was not allowed to leave the European continent. So we would go to him. Yes.
What do you think, in a nutshell, would be your father's legacy?
The emancipation of Côte d'Ivoire, the emancipation of Africa. Knowledgeable of the laws, upholding your constitution. He used to say that any country is free to write its laws. Any country is free to write its laws. But once the people wrote the laws, it is now their duty to uphold the laws. You shouldn't, after writing your own constitution or your own laws, where you determine how your society should go, how your society to work, after that, and then take a path outside of those laws. So to him, in a nutshell, if I were to say about his legacy, is for the Ivorian people or the African people to be able to write their laws, their constitution, and live by them.
Right. I can't let go of you without doing these last two things. Now, COVID-19 is here. It's ravaging the entire world. What has the experience been for you? Have you got vaccinated? What is your message on COVID-19?
I haven't been vaccinated. I'm the kind of person who will wait for everybody to do it and watch.
You're a lagger.
Yes,
In marketing,
before I
you would call you a
go.
lagger.
So many things have been said about the vaccine that I just decided, let me just wait a little bit, But, it's the same message that we carry everywhere. Let's be safe.
Right.
Let's be wise. We
You're
are
wearing your
Christian.
mask?
Yes, we are Christian. We walk by faith, but also we are people of wisdom. We are people of wisdom, so we should just take our precautions whenever we can. We shouldn't be spreading. We shouldn't take it home. So just let's respect anything that has been prescribed, and
And
yes.
you are Christian, so
I am
it would be remiss on my part
yes.
not to ask for your Easter message to all Ghanaians and to Ivorians in Ghana and in the Ivory Coast.
Yes. In this Easter season, we just want to remind anybody or everybody listening that this season is all about Jesus Christ. It's all about the death of Jesus Christ, the burial of Jesus Christ, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We strongly believe in the power of the blood of Jesus Christ, and we believe that in this time and season, remembering Christ, reconciliating with God is what is going to keep us safe beyond all the treatment and the COVID, prescriptions and everything. We all live and stand by the grace of God, and we want to encourage everybody. Go to church, pray, reconcile with God, and plead the blood of Jesus on you, your family, and anything that you do.
Est-ce possible de dire tout ça en français aussi pour
Bien sûr.
le peuple de
Bien
la Côte
sûr,
d'Ivoire?
nous savons que nous avons une audience également qui parle français.
Okay, so I'm just asking her to say same in French, especially for
Yes.
Ivorians.
Nous avons une audience également qui écoute le français, pas seulement des Ivoiriens, mais des Gabonais, des Togolais, des Béninois. Et nous voulons le dire encore, dans cette saison de Pâques, nous devons nous souvenir que tout est à propos de la mort, de l'enterrement, de la résurrection de Jésus. Alors nous encourageons tout le monde partout où vous trouvez, cherchez une église, allez-y, réconciliez-vous avec Dieu, donnez votre vie à Jésus, parce que toute cette saison est à propos du Christ. Nous devons tous nous unir, nous devons tous accepter Jésus comme Seigneur et Sauveur dans la mesure du possible. Et puis voilà, la grâce que nous avons, la protection que nous avons, dont nous bénéficions, sont véritablement par Dieu et par Jésus-Christ. Donc nous encourageons tout le monde.
Marie-Patrice, je vous remercie pour l'opportunité.
Merci beaucoup
pour être ici avec nous et partager l'histoire de votre famille.
Merci beaucoup.
Et j'espère que la prochaine fois, peut-être on peut faire ça à la Côte d'Ivoire.
Oui, bien sûr, on vous invitera là-bas. On vous invitera là-bas par la grâce de Dieu. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, merci à vous. And basically what I was saying was I was thanking her for the opportunity, for giving us this exclusive, speaking to us on Joy 99.7 FM. And I was also saying that I would look forward to the next opportunity, but not here in Ghana, in the Ivory Coast.
And
so I'll look forward to that invitation.
Yes, I will invite you. No problem. I will be glad to have you over.
Hope you enjoyed the conversation with Marie-Patrice Gbagbo. She's the last born of, en français, c'est l'aîné ou...
Non,
l'aîné,
c'est la cadette. La cadette.
La cadette.
Yes.
Okay, she's the last born of Laurent Gbagbo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, this is where we wrap up this interview. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and expect a lot more stories on this. We take a bit of a breather. We'll be right back.